Hello my friends, welcome back. It's been a while since Grandpa Elroy has told a new story. Today I'm going to tell you about Koola. You see, I met Koola once when I was younger, one time when I was playing with a naughty thing, but that is a different story. Today I am telling you the story of the amazing, wonderful, beautiful Koola. Koola, the amazing Koola, the wonderful Koola, the beautiful, as she was called by her fans. Well, at least if you asked her. "Koola, where are you?" called out her grandma, who had raised her since she was a baby. "That girl always dancing and singing and getting lost. I swear one day she'll get lost for real. Koola, come back and do your chores," called out her grandma. Koola's grandma fluttered into the air, continuing to call out for Koola. Oh, did I forget to tell you that Koola and her grandma are butterfly fae. Butterfly fae are the size of butterflies, with this tiny multicolored human-like bodies with deep-colored butterfly wings. Koola didn't hear her grandma. She was off on one of her adventures through the endless woods and meadows. She loved to play and dance and sing and meet new people and creatures and things. When Koola would meet someone new she thought was interesting, she would put on a little show for them. Most of the people were overwhelmed with joy and happiness and laughter. Many even shed tears of joy. One day when she was dancing and singing for a new friend, this friend said that she should put on a grand show for all the folks of the land. Koola had took that idea to heart. She started looking for others to be in her show. Her travels looking for other talents for her show took her far and wide. She seen many amazing things on her travels. The first thing Koola needed to find was the perfect place to have her show. Koola looked at many wonderful places. The first place she checked out was her favorite place to sing, in the swamp. It carried her voice across the waters and echoes off the trees. There was even a small spot in the swamp with enough dry land to put on a show, and oh, the way the light from the mist of the swamp dances off her wings was amazing. But there was nowhere for the crowd to watch from, so she kept looking. The next place Koola looked at the top of the tallest tree she knew of. This was her favorite place to dance in the sunlight. She loved to hop and flutter from the top of the branches of the great sister tree. Again she had the problem of no one being able to see her perform up there, so she kept looking. The next place she checked was her favorite cave. The cave had moss that glowed several different colors, giving off the most beautiful background for her show. But on the far side of the cave lived a family of trolls that didn't like noise, so not a place she could have her show. Koola had two more places on her list of possibilities. The next one up was a waterfall. Even though this place has a lot of seating around the bottom and the top of the waterfall was just too loud for everyone to be able to hear the show. Koola was down to the last place on her list, her favorite meadow. The meadow was quiet and had a lot of room. It also had a slight slope that would act as rows of seating, and they could have the show at the low end of the meadow. There was even a small creek that ran through the low end of the field, so Koola could do a little water act in her show. It was perfect. Koola had the place for her show. Now she needed other performers besides herself. Koola went home and ran up to her grandmother and told her all the places she checked and how she found the perfect place for her show. She then asked her grandma for paper and crayons so she can make flyers to hang up for her auditions. She was going to need all kinds of actors. Koola was going to need singers, dancers, acrobatics, musicians, swimmers, and all kinds of other positions filled. Koola's grandma helped her draw up several dozen flyers, and then they went for a walk and hung them up before it was time for dinner. 3 days later at the auditions, there was a line of many kinds of interesting creatures ready to try out. Not only to perform on stage, but there were many people that just wanted to help build the stage or work the lights or the curtains. Many people just wanted to be involved. Koola found as many places for people that wanted to help set up and work the stage and show as she could. Now it was time for auditions. Let's start with the acrobatics, and the dancers called out Koola. They watched many great performers leap and fly and dance across the stage. Now the singers called out Koola. Everyone at the auditions enjoyed the lovely voices. Now for the musicians, and then the actors called out Koola. Finally Koola called for the swimming talent. Koola had sent some of the stagehands to set up a table of food. After the auditions they all enjoyed a little buffet together as Koola assigned positions for the show. Next Koola had to teach the actors what to do and say, then Koola taught the swimmers where and how to swim. Koola also had to teach the musicians the music to play. Koola helped the acrobats and dancers with how to move for the show. Koola had a lot of fun working with the stagehands setting up and planning the different areas of the show. Over the next few weeks Koola was so proud of how her show had really came together better than she ever dreamed of. Soon the big night was coming. Koola knew they were ready. Koola had just one last thing to do before she was ready for the show, so on the night before the show Koola, her grandma and everyone involved all gathered. Koola led the troupe on a small walk to the Great Mother Tree, where they gathered around and danced and sang and brought laughter and joy to the Great Mother Tree. The Great Mother Tree was pleased with their honoring of her, and promised to bless their show. The day of Koola's big show was here. As her and her grandma made their way to the meadow they could see all kinds of creatures and beings, magic and non-magic creatures, also heading for the meadow. Many of the creatures knew Koola and called out to her and her grandma. Koola wished she had more time to talk to all her friends, but she needed to get to the stage area and make sure everything and everyone was ready. Plus the director always gives its troupe a speech before each show. As Koola finished her speech they could all hear the crowd cheering and they were excited for the show. Koola stepped onto the stage, put her finger to her lips, and the crowd got quiet. Koola started singing. Soon the other singers joined in, then the dancers and tumbling and swimmers, and then the music. Then the music and singing got a little quiet as the actors started the show. As the show went on the crowd cheered, laughed, clapped, they even cried a few tears. As the show came to an end the crowd screamed for an encore. Koola didn't know what to do. She hasn't planned anything else. Koola froze with worry and anxiety. She was starting to panic. Then Koola's grandmother flew on stage and started singing. Then the cast joined in, then so did the audience. As they all started to dance and sing a glow formed around them. This glow started to spread as it sped around the forest and swamp near the meadow. Everyone in these areas started to dance and sing also. The glow kept growing farther and farther across the land and water, the whole world and beyond. As the glow grew so did the singing and dancing throughout creation and existence. Some say this is the heart of music in creation and existence. Some say this is the start of the song that never ends. Well, thank you once again for coming back to hear another one of Grandpa Elroy's stories from the North Pole. In case you've forgotten, I'm the official storyteller of the North Pole. I'm also the keeper of secrets and truth. I hope all of you are blessed. Remember, I'm praying for you. Peace be with you. Can't wait to see you again. I have several new stories I'm working on, and don't forget to check out my poems and comic books.